Any pet peeves that anybody has
In real estate?
with real estate or things that have happened or other people do?
Like on showings?
Like on showings, one of mine is when people don't, like if I'm the listing agent and people don't turn off the lights.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because guess who hears about it? The listing agent, because the seller will call and say, are you going to pay for my electric bill? Why is my light still on? Because the sellers use when the lights are off that, hey, they're gone, now can I go in? But if the lights are still on, they say, well, did anybody even come?
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, here's a nickel.
Yeah.
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 That's always hard if the lights are on like before you're showing, then you don't know if they're supposed to be on.
Because they're in a perfect world, the seller should have them all on for you and everything should be all ready. And then you should be able to walk in and etiquette says that you should flick off all the lights unless they have a note there or told you, please leave the lights on for the next showing.
I don't turn off lamps though. Anything that's personal property, I don't do.
Oh, okay.
I turn off the lamps.
Because if something happens in that lamp and it's because it tips over or something happens to it, then it's on me. If I flip a switch, that's a switch. It's a mechanical thing.
Yeah, and that comes up with candles as well.
Blow those out all the time.
I would blow the candles out, but I was in a house and it was like a vacant house, but they had a wax warmer on the stove, and I blew out the candle, and then somehow I like blew the red candle wax like all over the stove.
No.
And it was basically vacant. So I'm sitting there. I had long nails at the time. And so the people were gone. I'm like, thanks, bye. And I was sitting there trying to scrape all this red wax with my fingernails off of their stove. And I pretty much got it cleaned up. But
Oh my gosh.
it's like, do not use wax warmers ever.
That wax is actually really hard to clean up. I've done that before. Not at a
And
showing,
it was
but
red.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. It smelled good. It was like cinnamony, but probably smelled like cinnamon for a week. With like, smell my hands. But yeah, so anywho.
I think the pet peeves also go back to the key thing. If the keys aren't right, as a listing agent, you need to make sure that the keys actually work. And you make it foolproof. So have one key for one lock, or the same key opens the deadbolt and the handle.
Yeah. And especially if it's like a duplex, put, this is 231 and this is 233 so that people know which is which, because you've got people looking at you, you're stressed out, and you're trying, these 8 keys that you have. Oh.
Or if you're standing in a parking garage and they ask which one's the one's assigned to this unit, and you don't know which numbers they are.
Yep.
Have you ever accidentally tried to go in the wrong unit before?
Should be able to because they're keyed differently.
But like you're like putting the key in and then somebody opens the door like, can I help you?
Oh no.
Oh, sorry.
You find that a lot if it's a new condo project and things haven't sold or been updated and they have a master key in the lockbox and they haven't changed out the lock for that unit.
Oh.
And it says it's still available and the master key still works and you walk in and there's furniture there, then you realize it's not still for
And
sale.
then you run.
Mortifying.
Yeah, we sold out a condo project once, and we ended up putting signs on the ones that were sold and said not for sale, because realtors were not paying attention and they were walking into occupied units, and we're like, no, don't do that. That makes the new owners unhappy. So you have to put a pretty clear roadmap sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of dealing with that right now a little
You go in
bit.
other people's houses?
No, people are coming into mine.
What?
Really?
Oh, no.
Well, there's not everybody is caught up to speed that our house closed. And there's still tiny little bits of construction projects that need to be done, like painting railings and things like that. So like the other morning, we're getting ready in the morning, and all of a sudden we hear the garage door opening. We're like, what is going on? And then I open the door and I see the door like now closing, and this guy like freaking out because he sees our cars in the garage, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, well, can I help you? He's like, I didn't know you lived here. He's like, I'm just here to paint. It's like, yeah, we live here now.
Next
You
time,
should
try
change
the
it.
front door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or change the garage code.
Yeah, he was like, you really should change the garage code. I'm like, I just got here. I will.
So
give
it's
me a
just the
second.
address? Is that what they have for the garage code?
Well,
or 000 or?
I'm not saying it, but
What's
yeah,
your address?
there's a particular code that works in just about every new house. If you ever want to break into a new house, I won't say it, but
1,
you
2,
can-
3, 4.
Or 000.
Tristan will say it.
And every builder just went, whoa, gotta change those.
Yeah.
Whee.
All right.
What about, Matt, what's your craziest showing story you can think of? I was going to try and think of one.
Craziest.
You ever have a weird client?
No.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know.
Or when
Sure I
they
do.
don't tell you that you need a key to open the elevator in the parking garage, so you're sitting there pressing the button for like 20 minutes, wondering why it's not working.
Oh no.
The hardest showings that I've had are downtown. Madison condos, where there's a particular building that they have like an office manager, and that person has to like get you in, and you have to have a special key card to get up the elevator.
And sometimes there's two elevators. You go to one floor and you have to go over and up another elevator.
Yeah.
What?
So the last time I was down there was nobody in the office, and we had a showing, and it was like the mom was on FaceTime with the kid because she had a broken leg, and we were trying to get up to see the unit, and we finally just begged somebody to let us go up the elevator with them because we couldn't, because you could get in the elevator, but it wouldn't go anywhere because you had to do your little key thing.
So
Oh, all the fun.
And just downtown parking if you're showing stuff. All the one-way streets.
Especially when the farmer's market's going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Did you get to do that?
Yep.
Was this the same elevator story?
No.
Oh.
Were you in Metropolitan Place?
No.
That's where I was.
It was the Hamilton.
I went and showed that one. Did you? Yeah.
Isn't that new? Ish?
No.
No.
Oh, then I'm thinking something else.
Yeah, they're really cool condos down there, but they make it's like a puzzle to figure out how to get the key, and they'll be like, the super is over here, up a ladder and down here, and you're like, what? Well, there is no super. You just have to get buzzed in, and you sit there, and there's these buzz codes, and you're trying to hit the right buzz code, and nobody answers, and your people are looking at you, and you're like, let me try and call someone quick.
Speaking of your house, did you find the hidden key yet?
I'm not telling you.
So a lot of times they'll
Where
hide
is it?
keys in the, like if it's a builder, a lot of times they'll hide keys in the, I'm not going to tell a story, never mind. There's certain places where they hide keys, the master keys to get into the house.
Well, ours just had a lockbox.
It would be by the front door.
Yeah.
Interesting. I should look into that. But no,
Just open all
Check your garage,
crevices.
check all your garage and all your outlets and
check my outlets
Yes.
For a key?
in the front
How would you check an outlet?
The
cover.
Yeah, GFCI outlets.
Oh,
cover.
The doors.
Oh, interesting.
And check in your garage above the headers and any nails that might be sticking out of the studs.
I live in Milwaukee.
1, 2, 3, 4. No.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Although, I mean, I think we're good because I turned the keys and like they have that weird. I don't understand how it works, but with the new construction, right? You the homeowner's key is different than the builder key. I have no idea how that works, but for the first time the homeowner uses their
Resets
key.
the tumbler.
Yeah, it disables the builder's key.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That works.
So supposedly that happened to us, but they could just give us a builder's key. I don't know. I'm gonna start going to new.
Go to the
I'm
neighbor's
going
house.
to
Yeah.
everybody's house.
Yeah.
This is my house and my house and my house.
Can I try my key? See if it works on your house.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of fun stuff when it comes to showing property.
Have you guys shown haunted houses yet?
Not that I know of, at least.
I don't want to.
Oh,
That'd be scary.
we have to find one for Tristan.
Where can we send?
Tristan is showing
She's like,
cover.
I quit. Bye. Thank you. Done. Oh, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sometimes sellers don't leave. Has anybody experienced that?
I had it where a tenant wouldn't leave.
Mm.
And they just like didn't know that we were supposed to be there.
They always say that they don't know that you're supposed to be
Yeah.
there. Nobody told me, and you're like,
Yeah.
but I have your written comment that you wrote back.
Yeah. It was super, super awkward.
Didn't they just wait in the bedroom?
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah. It
And
was.
you open up to look, and you're like,
Can you just wait in the hallway, please?
Yeah. They just like stood in the living room, and there were like 3 kids in there, and it was interesting. There was like a language barrier. He didn't speak very good English, so I was like, I'm here for a showing. And he like tried to close the door on me and was like, no thanks. And I was like, oh, that was accepted.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
you're like, please let me in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a property like that, and it was a duplex, and both sides only spoke Spanish, and the key box didn't work. And I had a client, he was a doctor, and he was like, we're getting in and we're doing this. So we just like knocked, and the people came to the door, and we're like, we're going to have a showing, and they let us in, and we showed it, and they ended up buying it. And the property had been on the market for like 6 months because nobody was able to get in. And then maybe last year or the year before, I sold it for him, and he still had those same tenants in there. So as the agent, I knew what was going on. So I kept using, Google Translate, and I was sending them messages and trying to communicate, but it was still really hard to get people in to see the property because they would do that exact thing. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember I Google translated you exactly what's happening here. So
That's smart. I should have done that. I
Well-
was just like pointing at my phone. I was like, can we go in?
No, we don't Verizon.
But
Yeah.
it's way harder, and I had no idea if what I was sending him actually made any sense. I was probably sending him, hey, my banana wants to come and see your house. You know what I mean? I don't know what he actually got, but
That's actually really funny.
I tried. So they were probably laughing. They're like, haha, they're using Google Translate. But it's sold. So yay.
If you like
Good,
content like
good.
this, consider watching some of these other videos, hitting the subscribe button. If you want to know what your house is currently worth, go to hometeamforyou.com and look at the free evaluation tool.